Why your burnout isn't about stress. The surprising hormone link. You feel it, don't you? That deep in your bones exhaustion that no vacation seems to fix. That feeling of being totally and completely spent. But the moment your head hits the pillow, your mind starts running a marathon. You've been told it's just stress. You've been told to relax, do more yoga, or download another mindfulness app. But you've done all that. You've set the boundaries, you've taken the breaks, you've forced yourself to meditate, and yet, nothing. Why does that soul-crushing exhaustion, that feeling of being emotionally raw and mentally foggy, still linger? What if you've been fighting the wrong battle? What if the problem isn't just stress, but a profound and predictable physiological shift that happens inside your body when the demands you're facing chronically outpace your ability to recover? What if that tired but wired feeling is a specific biological signal you can actually learn to turn off? Because we're about to pull back the curtain on the hormonal story behind your burnout, and more importantly, how you can start to write a new ending. The problem and the frustration. Let's get on the same page. The World Health Organization officially calls burnout an occupational phenomenon that stems from chronic, unmanaged workplace stress. It's defined by 3 key dimensions: feelings of total exhaustion, increased mental distance or cynicism about your job, and a feeling of being ineffective. This isn't just a bad week at the office. It's a slow, grinding erosion of your energy, your passion, and your belief in yourself. And the deepest frustration? The things that should work often don't. A vacation might feel good for a minute, but you come back to the same desk, the same pressures, and that all-too-familiar weight settles right back in. That's because a week off can't undo months or even years of your body being stuck on high alert. The issue isn't just the external stressor, the crazy job, the endless to-do list. The real problem is what that constant stress does to your internal world. It kicks off a physiological chain reaction that, over time, can disrupt the very systems that regulate your energy, mood, and resilience. It's also important to recognize that, while burnout and depression are different, chronic burnout can be a risk factor for developing clinical depression. This is the real frustration. The feeling that your body has betrayed you. You're doing everything right, but you're not getting better. We're so often told to manage our thoughts, but we're not told how to support our bodies. The solution isn't just about managing stress, it's about helping your body restore its ability to cope. And that conversation has to start with your hormones. The why, the science, the hormonal link. To get what's going on, let's talk about your body's command center for stress, the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, or HPA axis. Think of the HPA axis as your body's internal fire alarm. When you hit a stressor, a tight deadline, a tough conversation, the alarm gets pulled. Your brain tells your adrenal glands to release a team of hormonal first responders, and the star player is cortisol. Now, cortisol gets a bad rap, but in short bursts, it's a hero. It's your get-up-and-go hormone. It sharpens your focus, floods your system with energy, and helps you power through a challenge. Once the stress is gone, the alarm is supposed to shut off, and your cortisol levels go back to normal. But what happens when the stress is chronic? When that fire alarm is pulled every single day, multiple times a day, the system starts to get confused. Your body can become less sensitive to cortisol's signals, and its natural rhythm gets thrown completely out of whack. This is what leads to that classic tired but wired feeling. Normally, cortisol is high in the morning to wake you up and then gently tapers off during the day. When your HPA axis is dysregulated, you might be dragging yourself out of bed with low morning cortisol, only to get a second wind of high cortisol at night, right when you should be winding down. Sleep feels impossible, yet you're exhausted all day. But the story doesn't end there. There's another key hormone in this picture, DHEA. Produced by the same adrenal glands, DHEA is a protective hormone that helps with vitality and resilience. It helps buffer the breaking down effects of cortisol, and the cortisol to DHEA ratio is seen by researchers as an indicator of your body's stress resilience. In states of chronic stress, studies suggest DHEA levels can decrease, leaving you with an imbalanced ratio that's linked to poorer stress tolerance and many of the symptoms of burnout. And the cascade continues. This state of chronic HPA activation may affect other hormonal systems too. For example, high levels of stress hormones can sometimes interfere with your body's main engine for metabolism, the thyroid axis. This can make it harder for your body to convert the inactive thyroid hormone, T4, into the active form, T3, that your cells use for energy. This may lead to symptoms like fatigue and brain fog, even if your basic thyroid labs look normal. So you see, it's not just in your head. That bone-deep exhaustion and emotional fragility are very real, physiological downstream effects of a system that's been pushed beyond its limits. It's not a personal failing, it's a biological response to an unsustainable situation. The how, the path to restoration. So, how do you fix a faulty fire alarm? You don't just learn to live with the noise, you go to the source and help the system reset. Recovering from the physiological side of burnout isn't about a magic pill. It's about consistently sending your body signals of safety so it can finally downregulate and begin to repair. The goal isn't to eliminate stress, that's impossible. The goal is to build resilience and support your body's overwhelmed recovery systems. Here are 4 foundational strategies to begin that process. 1. Master your morning rhythm. How you start your day sets the hormonal tone for the next 24 hours. 2 things are non-negotiable. First, get 10-15 minutes of morning sunlight in your eyes within an hour of waking. This is one of the most powerful signals you can send your brain to help regulate your circadian rhythm, which in turn helps anchor a healthier cortisol pattern. Second, eat a protein-rich breakfast. A meal centered on protein, fat, and fiber helps stabilize your blood sugar. Unstable blood sugar is a huge physical stressor that can further tax your already exhausted adrenal glands. 2. Strategic nutritional support. Think of your adrenal glands as a factory that's been running triple overtime. They are running low on raw materials. To support the production and regulation of stress hormones, your body needs specific nutrients. Magnesium is known as the relaxation mineral and is often depleted by stress. B vitamins, especially B5, are crucial for adrenal function and energy production. And vitamin C isn't just for colds. The highest concentration of vitamin C in your body is found in the adrenal glands, where it's used in cortisol production. Focusing on a diet rich in whole foods is the best way to get these. 3. Prioritize true rest. Rest is not the same as a vacation, and it's not even the same as sleep. True rest is any activity that helps shift your nervous system from its sympathetic fight or flight state into the parasympathetic rest and digest state. This is where the healing happens. This could be a 10-minute non-sleep deep rest, NSDR protocol, or just some simple deep diaphragmatic breathing. These practices actively soothe that faulty fire alarm, telling your HPA axis it's safe to stand down. Scheduling these moments of true rest into your day is as critical as anything on your to-do list. 4. Mindful movement. When you're exhausted, an intense workout can feel impossible, and honestly, it might be counterproductive, adding more stress to your system. The key is mindful movement. Gentle activities like walking, yoga, or stretching help your body process stress hormones and release mood-boosting endorphins without further taxing your adrenals. Movement is a way of communicating with your body, helping it release stored tension and proving that you can move through challenges, both literally and figuratively. These steps aren't quick fixes. They are consistent, foundational practices that, over time, help rebuild your body's resilience from the ground up. For so long, we've been told that burnout is the price of ambition, a mental battle to be won with more grit and better time management. But it's so much more than that. Burnout is a syndrome triggered by chronic, unmanaged stress, and its profound, full-body exhaustion is deeply connected to the toll it takes on your hormones. It's a signal, a desperate one, from your body that the demands have chronically exceeded your capacity to recover. But this signal is not a life sentence. It is not a sign of weakness. It is an invitation to stop fighting and start supporting, to shift your focus from just managing external stressors to actively restoring your internal balance. You now understand what that tired but wired feeling is pointing to. You know that the brain fog and emotional exhaustion aren't just in your head. They are rooted in a biology you can influence. You have the power to support your body's healing from the inside out, one small, consistent step at a time. Burnout isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of learning to work with your body, not against it. And that is a journey worth taking.